today. So make no mistake, no mistake, no mistake. Hey, just
No mistake.
talking. Our love is from morning. Hey, no debate, no debate, no debate.
Hey y'all, happy Monday. I hope you're ready to have an amazing week. This week, well, first of all, can we just acknowledge that we're having a really good hair day? But outside of that, this week is about your why. What is your why? What is keeping you going? What is pushing you? What is motivating you? What is telling you you can't stop? There are so many things these days that are so entirely distracting to whatever your movement is, or they can be distracting to whatever your movement is. And it's really important to have that single pointed focus and remain very in line with what you're doing, meaning you don't have to jump at every opportunity, meaning everything isn't for you, meaning all money ain't good money. We've heard that, you know, a lot, but that all falls in line with your why. And if you have a clear understanding of what your why is, then you will know exactly what is for you and what's not for you. And sometimes it can be difficult to differentiate between different opportunities that may pop up in your life, but you got to know what is in alignment. You have to have that purpose internally to understand that if I align myself with this, whether it be a brand or a person or a theory or whatever, then that is going to be ultimately a reflection on who I am as a person, especially if you're creative and someone who is their brand, who is their walking brand. But again, that all comes back down to your why. And I remember my dad telling me some years ago, he's in sales, and so, you know, they have a lot of different like sayings and stuff, and this isn't anything new, but it stuck with me. And he said, if your why doesn't make you cry, it's not strong enough. And I know he had heard that from a mentor of his, and it's true. If it doesn't mean you need to be walking around here in tears all day long because you're doing what you love, but it does mean that when that thought comes up of what you're doing, when you're feeling tired, or even when you're feeling great or whatever, and you're at that point in your practice of whatever it is that you're trying to get accomplished, if it does not evoke some type of deep guttural emotion, you need to reevaluate where you're trying to go. Because if not, then what you're trying to do, you're not going to have that ability to push through, is what I'm trying to say. It won't be strong enough. That emotion behind what you're trying to get done will not be strong enough to keep you going. And there are going to be some times where you are like, I can't do this anymore. And in and of yourself, you know, it's probably like, maybe. But the thing is that, you know, your brain starts to get a little weary before your body does. And I've learned that your brain will want to shut off real quick, where your body will still be running. I don't know if you've ever been working out. I come from a background of athletics, and I know there were a couple times where my body was still moving, but my brain was like, girl, you about to pass out. And it's true. You can keep going, but you have to have a strong enough why. And right now, and at this point in my life, my why is so strong that it literally does bring me to tears. You guys have seen it because I've been in tears on camera talking about it multiple times. It just, you know, and what I was doing before with my music, it had nothing to do with the fact that I didn't want to do music, or I didn't want to be a musician, or I didn't want to be an artist, but the why behind what I was trying to get accomplished wasn't genuine. And that was a really difficult realization that I had to come to. I love music. I studied it for 4 years. I put a lot of time, energy, finances into my music, and I love being an artist, and that's who I am at my core. But I realized that the artistry that I saw in this industry wasn't for me, and I was trying to fit into a mold that didn't match my spirit, didn't match my soul. Therefore, my why wasn't genuine. And that's why when it came to putting in the time and effort to the practice of the things that I wanted to get to, was not there, and it wasn't sustaining me. I wasn't doing it for the right reasons. once I realized where I wanted to be with my artistry, once I realized that in my health and wellness, that's actually the inspiration behind my artistry, and I decided to pick that up full time and really go full force, my artistry started coming full circle within that. And then I realized, wow, this is the inspiration behind anything I write down on a piece of paper. This is who I am at my core. And now I have the why behind my health and wellness journey and behind the artistry that I want to evoke and the person that I want to be in that realm. Now I know that I can put out the music that I want to put out and that inspires me, not the music that I think I have to put out in order to get to a certain place in this industry. And that is, I have so much peace about it. It's just crazy. So take that time to reevaluate your why and figure out why it is that you are doing what you're doing. Why are you pursuing what you're pursuing? Make sure that it's in alignment with who you are and where you see fit for yourself. And God will honor that. So, I don't know how I ended up doing this. What was your name?
Vanessa.
This is Vanessa, and she convinced me to try cryotherapy. So if I don't get back to be able to vlog next week, she's the reason why.
She's the reason.
But it's good. It's okay. We're gonna make it through.
She's gonna make it. You're gonna do good.
Holy snap. Why did you start laughing like that?
Wow.
Okay, doing good.
Good job, good job.
You're actually recording, right? Don't lift the camera too high.
Negative 200 degrees.
Doing it. It's about 30 seconds in right now.
Okay.
You got this.
Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. In every life we have some trouble. But when you worry, you make it double. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy now. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy.
Underwater. My two what?
My two embryos.
My two embryos. Yes. Your two embryos. I don't know. Well, I don't know what to call it tonight, so you'll have to see. I don't know what to call it.
Outside there, sing the same old song about how it was always the genius. I beg to differ, I must listen. I'm not involved, I'd rather listen.
I got a mad, like, eyelash still in my eye.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You're like crying in there. Put your hands up.
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here. Y'all gonna make me go all out. Up in here.
You'll be like the meme.
I know. Okay,
Honestly.
Oh my god!
That is so disrespectful.
Los Angeles, 24.
What your interpretation?
My interpretation of that. Okay, it was like, listen, I'm a dancer. I appreciate, like, you know, all of that kind of style, but it was a little bit pretentious. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little pretentious.
A lot.
You know, like when they start thinking like, this has no meaning. The meaning is whatever you make of it. I'm just like, come on, bro.
What y'all trying to say? I don't know.
What did you think of it? Like, I was entertained, but I had an attitude the whole time because they kept moving us around.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciated it for what it was. What it was, I don't know that I can explain.
Can you say exactly
At the
what it
end,
was?
did make me feel something. What that feeling was, I don't know.
Which part? When they were all on the
when
ground?
they were on the floor
Okay.
and they were like doing the hands, you know.
Yeah.
I
I like the part when
was very abstract.
when they were like dancing and the glitter was falling on them and the light was like the spotlight.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool.
That was cool.
I liked it. I was here for it. I was not here for when they started pushing that guy, and I was like,
What
don't
did he
push
keep
me.
saying? Come on.
He was like, come on, push me, come on. And the guy's like, I'm good, bro.
But I guess you guys will just have to show for yourself in order to figure out what you feel about it.
But you can't, because it was 3 nights only.
And then you want to go tomorrow, and you're not gonna see it the same time, so.
Musically hand. So long, farewell to you, my friend. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. Oh, it's been great to laugh and sing together in the box. Now it's time to say goodbye.
I couldn't do it with one hand!
And word. She said, sounded like a Trump supporter.
Oh,
A Trump supporter singing a Mexican.
and then that note, well, goodbye. It's so crazy because I was sitting here finishing my module for my class, and at the beginning of this video I started by asking, what is your why, and do you need to reevaluate what that why is and what you're doing and where it's coming from. And the last video in this module was, our exercise was to write out your story and ask yourself, what is your why? And I was like, that is just so crazy how things are always in alignment when you are in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing. So it's just amazing to me how things always come full circle. And one thing that stood out by one of the teachers, she said, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And I was like, that just brought everything back around, and it just made everything so clear as to why it's so important to know your why. Because when you're talking to people in whatever business you're in, you're going to be selling what you're doing as some sort of service. And you know, people aren't buying what you're selling, they're buying who you are, and who you are is deeply rooted in your why. And if you're excited about that, then your why is always going to come through, and that's what people are buying. And so it was just kind of cool, and I just wanted to encourage again to, to figure that out for yourself. Write down your story, whatever it is that you're doing or what you feel you've been called to do, or if you're trying to figure out what you're supposed to be doing. Write down what your transformation point was. Write down that turning point for you where you said, okay, something has to change. And after you've gotten to that point, you have to embody that transformation in order for other people to know that what you're doing is genuine and authentic and actually means what you're trying to say it means. So, it was just really cool to me that it all came full circle and made me know that I guess I was supposed to be talking about this week. So, I hope everyone has a great week, and I hope everyone is able to really dig a little deeper this week and really figure out and ask themselves why you're doing what you're doing.